welcome. I'm assuming you either came over from my socials with my dozens of followers, or you just happened upon my introductory video and you're like, let me check this chick out. I promise to try and be as entertaining as possible. Let me know what I can do better to be more entertaining. As you can see, we do have an appearance from my rotting cat, Rocket. He is taking a break from torturing the senior cat, Shenanigans, who's somewhere out there in the living room. Today, we're going to discuss my process and the steps that I took in order to self-publish, okay? So, the first thing I want to say that I am of the personal opinion, key phrase being personal opinion, that is that writing is hard. Writing itself is hard, okay? And anybody that tells you that they found it easy is either a literary genius or this is just something that they were meant to do, right? Like Christina Aguilera, her voice, amazing. She was just meant to be a singer. So that I am of the personal opinion of that. I did find writing, I do find it incredibly satisfying, but it's also something very hard for me to do, especially when I have to go back and reread my book 3 and 4 times, looking for plot holes, edits, things like that. Okay. So the very first book I ever published was this one, Del Buon Braccio from the Shadows. And I self-published this using Amazon. And then from there, I expanded it wider. I did follow up with 3 sets of short story series called the Macabre series. And I'm hoping in 2025 to have a 4th series of the Macabre come out. This one's going to be based on aliens and stuff like that. So let's talk about self-publishing as an indie author. Okay, you come up with the idea. If it's set in the real world and you want to be as factual, you do the research. You do the writing. If you have the funds and you're lucky enough, you can go ahead and have an editor. Most indie authors do not have the money to hire an editor. So now you have to go ahead and hire an editor. Okay, if you are not or rather do the editing yourself, if you're not artistically inclined, right? And as artists, we don't use AI, we don't want to, so you're either hiring someone to do the cover art for you or you're doing it yourself. So for me, this cover art is actually a picture duplicated of my niece. And then the rest of it, I did hire an artist through 99 Vistas. For these covers, I did these myself on my iPad using Procreate. Okay, I am not this elite artist, but I did draw and delete, draw and delete, draw and delete over and over again. So now let's take the next step. You wrote the book. If there was research involved, you did the research. You filled your plot holes. You read your book 3 and 4 times over to make sure your editing is on point, your grammar is good. You did your best to find all the typos. Maybe you're using the free version of Grammarly, which anybody that uses the free version of Grammarly, you're just like, yeah, okay, I'm better off just paying for it because they give you the bare minimum, right, in Grammarly. Now you have to teach yourself how to embed the formatting, because when you're going to go ahead and you're going to print through Amazon, it requires that the formatting is embedded in the PDF that you use, and absolutely use a PDF. Okay, you can use a Word document. I will always suggest use a PDF because PDFs can be locked. And embedding the formatting, I would love to walk you through on how to do it, but I gotta be honest, I really don't remember how to do it. I do know that it is a setting in the Adobe Acrobat, the PDF stuff, and I believe it's under the printing option, but I haven't done it in so long that I can't remember. I will teach myself, remind myself on how to do it if you guys want a lesson on how to embed your formats into your work. Now, you go ahead and you upload this into KDP, right? Into Amazon. And you have to wait for it to be previewed and accept it. And Amazon says, yes, you can go ahead. Here comes the marketing. Now you have to do the marketing yourself. And I can tell you that for myself, I am not good at developing content. I am not good at marketing. Hell, I'm not good at face-to-face personal interactions. You know what my biggest fear is that people are actually going to like my book and want to talk to me about it. Guys, if you see me, you approach me and you say, hey, can I ask you about your book? Please be prepared for stuttering, misuse of words, and quite possibly me running away. Okay? Now, for indie author to be successful, the biggest thing that they have is their marketing. So you have Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Social, right? Blue Sky, excuse me. And all that stuff, you got to do it every single day. Post, post, post. Am I guilty of going sometimes 2-3 weeks without posting? Yes, absolutely. Yes, I am. I absolutely am. And I'm well aware that I would probably have a larger platform if I did more. But I am also a corporate girly. And we're not going to get into the soul sucking position that I hold because I do still work there and it is a good paid job and I am lucky to have said job. But there are times where I am so creatively and mentally drained that I get home and sometimes I'm home by 5 and I'm in bed asleep by 6. And that's how exhausting the job is sometimes. And there goes the content posting. So for full-time moms, full-time corporate people, that are also want to pursue their dream of writing, I can understand that it is difficult to find time. I can only give you this advice. Even if it's 50 words, even if it's 100 words, write it. Write it. Because then you're practicing, right? And I can't remember the exact quote, but I know Stephen King always refers to reading as practice writing. And read all kinds of different genres if you're going to be a writer. Okay, so you can get these ideas and then you take these ideas and you develop them to fit your personality and the voice that you have, right? You have to practice 50, 100 words a day. Read at least for 15 minutes a day. And remember, no one has the same view or perceptions of the world that you do. And this is why we as authors can always bring a unique point of view to a story that may or may not have been told already. Because our writings will always be a translation of the perceptions that we have of the world. So remember, write those words, read those words, and develop that content. Post, 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 post. Get your name out there as an indie author because you don't have a marketing team behind you.